Hello, everyone. It's your host, Trevor, and your boy, Jet Black from Wedding Live Stream. And today I'm going to be talking about June 5th, 2019. Today is June 6th, 2019. It is currently midnight 15, aka 12:15 a.m. We're streaming from Huntsville, Alabama. Of course, we always are. On this vlog, I more or less just talk about my day. I ask you guys about you guys' this day, if you guys have any questions or any discussion topics, and it's just more or less like a hangout. Think of it as like a public video call where anybody can like kind of tune in and just talk. Give me one moment to get the live chat up. That way I'll be able to talk with you all about, just anything really. Today I spent most of the day texting with Beth. We were just texting about random stuff as usual for the most part. Eventually we got into like a bit of a conflict, but we're really good about talking things out. And I feel like we ended the conversation for the most part on like a really good note where we're like, okay, we're glad that we like opened up about like different concerns and we were able to like get to like a good point. So I feel like things are still going pretty good, and I'm glad that communication has continued to be like clear and like pretty fluid. I also hung out with Aiden a little bit today, but sadly it didn't really go the way that we were really hoping. Aiden wanted to play literally whatever for a little bit, and I always like to stream whenever we play like an RPG. So an issue came up where I can't really text and stream at the same time. So me and Beth ended up getting into like a pretty serious discussion, and I was like, I don't want to cut off the discussion to like do the stream, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do the stream. I felt kind of rude because I was essentially using up Aiden's time. I didn't want to waste his time. He went out of his way to like pick me up so that we could hang out. But in the end, we didn't end up doing what we actually wanted to do. I did enjoy hanging out with Aiden though. I made some more progress on the book that I'm writing. I still haven't given it a title, but it's the book that I told you guys about the guy who wants to try and become a dragon, and there's a wizard who just wants to live a normal life, and there's a bandit who killed the dragon guy's family, and like that's what the book is based around. And it's pretty interesting. We're past like the actiony part that like makes up like the middle portion of the book, and we're into more of a like emotional, more like human conflict like at this point, and I really like it. I still need to finish it up. I think I'm practically done. I feel like it's going to be a story that ends by going, and then there's more stuff in a future story. It's not like the complete ending. It's more like the first part of like a bigger thing. Is what I feel like I currently have. But I'm enjoying writing that. But I worked on that a bit. Aiden has been watching Hunter x Hunter, the English dub on Hulu, and I was really hyped when I walked into his room and it was playing the beginning music for Hunter x Hunter. I got hyped as fuck. It seems like he was enjoying it, but it also seemed like he was kind of zoning out a little bit. The longer we were hanging out, the less interested he seemed in Hunter x Hunter, which I felt a little wary about. I'm like, I hope he can get into it. This is something that I really vibe with. I straight up have not watched a lot of the beginning of Hunter x Hunter, and that's what Aiden's currently looking at. So I was actually kind of hyped because it was both of our first time seeing these episodes, even though I know what happens like way, way later. Like I've seen all of the anime from the Rescuing Killua arc all the way to where the anime ends, and I've even read into the manga, and I'm like trying to get caught up on the manga, but I've been slipping on that. I need to like start reading that again. But I hope that Hunter x Hunter becomes like another show that me and Aiden can like really bond on, and like really can get a feel for and like be able to talk about and enjoy together. So I thought that was cool. But I did end up apologizing to Aiden. I was like, I'm sorry that like you went out of your way to like pick me up, but that I ended up just more or less being on my phone the whole time. Me and Beth were just talking about like something that was like pretty serious, so I didn't want to like just drop it because I felt like that would be insensitive to Beth to be like, hey, I'm about to play a game, so whatever we're talking about, like, no, like I thought that would be like a little insensitive to Beth, but in hindsight, I feel like it was really insensitive to Aiden because I feel like Aiden really went out of his way, and I was like at Aiden's house, and I should be paying attention and having fun with Aiden. I shouldn't be absorbed in my phone. I just felt like it was a pretty serious relationship issue kind of thing that I really needed to discuss with Beth. But it feels like things are now good with Beth, which I'm really happy about. It seems like Aiden may or may not be getting into Hunter x Hunter, which I'm also like pretty excited about. Um, and I've been reading some comics today. The latest issue of Young Justice was really good. The latest issue of Justice League introduces the World Forger to the Justice League. For those of you who don't know who the World Forger is, in the DC universe, the guy who makes universes, like who takes like literally like a big ass hammer and forges like alternate Earths. He's now on the Justice League. He's a member of the team, which I think is fucking insane. Ryan's on the stream. He said, "Water that bottle," and he said there are 36 Barbie movies. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I really like the Netflix. Well, it's not a Netflix show, but the show Barbie: Life in the Dream House. I originally watched it to try and make fun of it, and then I realized like, no, this is like actually not that bad. Excuse me. I didn't think the writing was like too bad or like too egregious. And it seemed like a show that I like actually kind of vibed with. I even like went online and watched like some of the extra episodes of the show that are like on the internet. The movies, on the other hand, I haven't been able to get into them. I don't think they're as well written, I guess, as Barbie Life in the Dream House. Barbie Life in the Dream House just wasn't bad. Um, but the movies, I think, are pretty cringeworthy and are like able to make fun of. Then Ryan said, "Yeah, Life in the Dream House is lit." I agree. Mm. But yeah, the newest issue of Justice League was really interesting. It's like the World Forger has joined the Justice League. Superman is really, really strong right now. He went from like almost dead to he like flew through multiple suns, and he flew faster than he's ever flown before in like the most recent issue of Justice League, and that really fucked with me. I thought that was really interesting. Uh, Lord God himself, I'm gonna call him said, "Brother, I would suck your dick for crack." That is probably an irresponsible move. Also, I wouldn't be able to give you any crack, nor would I want you to suck my dick, so I'd just prefer not. Thanks for the offer, but I just wouldn't want that. You do you. Let's see. Latest issue of Justice League was really good. Lex Luthor straight up like gave away like all his money, and he's essentially trying to like make the world into like supervillains. So he's like, if you want to be a supervillain, I'm gonna send all my tech and all my patents and all my money and distribute it to those who like want to become bad guys. And then he blew up LexCorp with him inside of it. So I think now Lex Luthor is gonna come back as like a weird half human, half Martian test tube baby with like Lex Luthor's brain in it. It's really fucking weird. Um, the original creator of the DC universe, well, DC multiverse, is I think a member of the Legion of Doom now, and the Justice League now wants to like recruit the Anti-Monitor and the Monitor to join the Justice League. They want to recruit a whole bunch of people from like alternate universes to fight with them, and they want to like gather together the world's heroes and make the Justice League bigger than it's ever been before to try and essentially save the entire multiverse. Shit's getting intense in Justice League. Really fuck with that. Um, though I wouldn't recommend that necessarily like to new readers. Um, if you like aren't necessarily into comics and you want like something new to read, or you want to like try and get into comics, I'd say Young Justice, which is only like 6 issues in, wouldn't be too bad for like a new comic book reader. But I think I'd be wrong because it makes references to stuff that's like prior to the New 52 as like things that were erased memories that people don't truly like understand. But I still don't think it's that bad for new readers. That's just kind of an suggestion. I guess I would recommend Savage Dragon. I really like Savage Dragon. I think it's actually like really relatable. It's written in such a way to where it feels like real life in a way. You know what I mean? Like you read Savage Dragon and it feels like a lived in world with like relatively realistic characters. And even though the main character is literally like a weird alien guy who has like electricity based powers and is super strong, he just kind of feels like a real dude living like a real life. And I think you can lend that to the fact that Savage Dragon is a comic that's written in like real time. So I think issues come out monthly, and it takes place in a world not too unlike our own, and real world events affect what happens like within the pages of Savage Dragon. Um, but you really begin to vibe with the characters and really understand their relationships with like one another. And a lot of the book doesn't focus on Savage Dragon being like a superhero. Like being a superhero is his job. So a lot of it focuses on him spending time with his family, and maybe people from his past will like reappear, and he'll have interesting interactions with them. Um, and then every book does end up having like a superpowered fight in it. Um, but it's not always Savage Dragon who has the superpowered fight. Sometimes it's just like, other people. Holly YT said hello. Yo, Holly, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, it's just kind of going on a not necessarily a rant, but I guess like a big like praise rant. When it comes to like the Savage Dragon comic book, I really like it. Um, I read it backwards, so I always start with the latest issue, and then read backwards until I catch up with myself. I think it's a pretty interesting and enjoyable experience. Holly said that they're having a good day. That's good to hear. Do you have any questions or any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about? Um, and then Holly said, "Have you ever had a shit teacher?" Um, so I guess that's like debatable. You know what I mean? So in a lot of situations, I'll see people blame whether or not they learned something on a teacher. But whether or not it's that teacher's fault, I mean, I think it's really debatable to say whether or not a teacher is good or bad. Because just because you may not have had like a really good experience with a teacher doesn't mean that the teacher was bad. It could necessarily mean that like the way that the teacher taught didn't fit your particular like learning style. If a teacher was very hands-on and they always had you like doing projects, but you're more of like an auditory learner, you like learn better from lectures, there can be like a dissonance, like an issue. um so it's hard for me to say that I've had bad teachers before. You know what I mean? Because you could always argue that those teachers were perfectly fine. It's just maybe their teaching style didn't really fit the way that I learned. That being said, I do have memories of an English teacher back in grade school. Not like in high school, but like maybe in like middle school. I had an English teacher, and what she'd do is just like give assignments, but we never would really have lecture. And then kids would complain to the teacher. Well, no, they complained to their parents because the teacher would like grade your assignments, and she wouldn't ever lecture. She'd only just grade assignments. So some kids would be like, "Hey, I didn't like score as well on like this assignment, but you also like didn't teach it. You just kind of like gave it to us and just expected us to know it." Um, and if enough parents complained, the teacher would suddenly do a lecture and like try to teach us stuff, and then just stop until people complained again. I guess I didn't like that teacher because I felt like we weren't necessarily learning anything. It was just a thing where she'd be like, "Do all these workbook pages," and then she just would just leave us to do the work, and then she would just rate us on our performance. But because she didn't actually do like actual lecture, I just never felt like we actually like learned anything. So I guess that would be the worst teacher that I've like ever had, because she just didn't really teach. Holly said, "What happens if all the students didn't learn from them?" Uh, well, then it's like I just said. That's not a very good teacher. So I feel like that's my best example of a bad teacher is that one English teacher, because she really did just give out work and then grade you on your work, and then if you were like, "Oh, well, you didn't really teach us it, so I didn't really get it," she wouldn't really care until like parents would complain about grades, to which then she would like do one lecture so that you couldn't say that she never does lectures anymore, and then she would just keep doing her same old shit. Let's see. So you're then said, have you ever had a gay encounter? So I don't know what you mean by a gay encounter. Do you mean have I ever had like romantic relations or sexual relations with someone of the same gender? Because the answer would be no, I have not. If you mean have I ever encountered a gay person, like have I ever met like a homosexual person? Yeah. I have friends who are like bi or like lesbian. And I even have like at least a couple friends who are like gay. You know, I'm pretty like open to like meeting and befriending new people. But I myself am like heterosexual. So I don't like do romantic or sexual things with people of the same gender. But yeah, I feel like that answers your question. Ryan said he got hugged by me in the future. Ryan's like, next time I see you, I'm gonna give you that hug. I'm ready, Ryan. I remember. Hug time is a go. Holly then said, dogs or cats? Definitely a dog person. Um, I am of the belief that I don't think cats actually like people. I think cats consider people pets, not the other way around. So the cat's like, yeah, like you better take care of me. Um, Now, that being said, I do like cats that act like dogs. I don't necessarily think that cats that act like dogs actually do care about their owners necessarily, but I just feel like they're more fun to be around. So, cats that are like more high energy, who like to be like pet and like to play with you, but don't like mess up furniture or like mess up the carpet, I think I can really appreciate, and I wouldn't mind having a cat like that. But I would much rather, in my opinion, just have a dog that is like affectionate and like likes to play around and is high energy and doesn't mess up stuff in the house. Like a house trained, high energy small dog, I would prefer over a cat. But if I was to have a cat, I'd want a high energy, seemingly affectionate small cat. I feel like that would be fine with me. But definitely dogs if I have to pick one or the other. So I feel like that's like a pretty solid answer. Also, I have a dog. I have a dog named Brownie. I've had him since either early high school or middle school. I can't entirely remember. But Brownie's pretty cool. He's still more or less the same size he was as a puppy. He's a little bit bigger, but he's still like a pretty small dog. He's very high energy. He still doesn't know how not to jump on people, so he still will like jump on people. I kind of wish that my backyard at my mom's was able to allow for Brownie to just run around. But we've had problems where Brownie can like find ways to like get under the fence and stuff like that. So he's kind of always on a leash, but it's a pretty long leash where he can like walk around, but he doesn't have as much freedom as maybe he could if we just had like more fence. But of course, getting more fence and stuff like that is like a big investment. We try to cover up like holes in the fence and stuff like that, where he's like dug and like gotten through before. But we just don't want to accidentally like lose him or have him like run away or get hurt or anything like that. Let's see. Holly said, I have a miniature schnauzer. Oh, okay. That's cool. Brownie is like a Cocker Spaniel Terrier mix or whatever. My girlfriend Beth, she's really into dogs. She has a, I feel like I'm gonna butcher some names. She has like a mini retriever named Shiloh, and she has Casey, which is a German Shepherd, but it's like a really young German Shepherd, so it's not big yet. Um, German Shepherd was the thing that I was afraid I was gonna butcher. Kel said, "What is up, boys? It would be rather litty if you checked out the Amino Jet." Okay, I'm gonna pop open the Amino right now. Speaking of popping, I'm going to pop out the live chat, then drag this to the side, just make it easier to look at everything. Excuse me. But yeah, Kels, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Okay, so we got two new posts from your boy Kells. So real quick, I'm gonna drink some grapefruit juice. This is the weird grapefruit juice cocktail that Dad bought. That is pretty much, it's not alcoholic or anything. It's just like grapefruit juice, and I think they put sugar in it. Like it's not like 100% juice. I think they were like, bam, put some Splenda in that bitch or something, because it is just sweeter than normal grapefruit juice. It's not bad. I kind of like both. I like normal grapefruit juice and I like this. Mm. I always like having something to drink during these streams because I feel like it's just like a lot of talking. So it's good to be able to like hydrate. So the first Kel's post that we're gonna look at, I actually can just share the links in the live chat. I just realized. Let's see. There we go. I should have put Kells with a possessive, like apostrophe at the end, but I forgot. So what I just posted in the live chat is Kells's splicer picture that he made. So the title of Kells's post is "My Design for Jet's Omnitrix, aka the Splicer," and we're about to go over that in a moment. Kell said, "Jet, make a juice tier list." I'd much rather make a milkshake tier list, because your boy is all about the shakes. I think a shake tier list actually would be rather interesting. So let's see. So Kell starts off the post by saying, so the backstory is basically the same for Kevin Eleven's Omnitrix in the reboot. Jet has a dream where he sees the blueprints for the Omnitrix. He makes a shitty dollar store version in his garage. To show this, I gave it a Velcro strap and a little hinge to have the top part flip up to reveal the hologram projector, and that's about it. So real quick, um, I want to show you guys Kell's picture that he made of the splicer. Um, I need to make this window a little bit bigger so I won't be able to show the live for a moment. Give me one moment. Hey, so this is Kell's image of the splicer. I dig it. I really appreciate the design. I think the pop cap for the hologram is actually really unique. Because I don't think any of the Omnitrixes actually have anything like that. The closest I can think to an Omnitrix that has like the little pop cap is Bin Tin Omniverse's Omnitrix. It's supposed to be like a touchpad that has a little hologram, and I think it slid back to reveal like the hologram, or at least the toy version did. But I do dig the custom splicer. Ooh, and you even have an image of like the hologram. I like that, and it's on like a wrist. So this is Kell's interpretation of the splicer. I do appreciate that it's like on a little Velcro strip. That does make it definitely feel like something that somebody made in a garage. It also makes it feel somewhat more like a toy, which I dig. Let's see. So popping back, the next post we're gonna look at is titled "Jet as Alien X." Real quick before I look at another post. Okay, there's nothing new in the live chat. I was curious if you guys had a response or a reaction to that. By the way, I'm on the Nickabenson Nation Amino. Feel free to join our Amino if you want to like post stuff like this. Always love seeing like fan art and fan fiction from you guys. So Kel said, "This is my design of Jet as Alien X, or as he would call it, Imagine. I made the outline purple because I wanted to see how it would look. I kind of regret, but I can't change it now. That's interesting that you like have regrets for the purple outline. I don't think the purple outline's bad. So I dig that you have like the dreads on the Alien X setup, and you gave him like red eyes. I also dig that you kind of outlined it with white, or I guess purple. I'm looking at it through the phone, so it's harder to tell. In order to try and give the appearance of the beard. But that's pretty dope. Also dig the pose that he's in. And how he has the little Omnitrix symbol, I guess, on a belt, like around his waist. Um, See, Holly just said, "Where's the stars?" I was thinking about that, but I feel like there are kind of naturally placed white spaces from the way that he colored it in. So I'm kind of imagining those as the stars. And I think that might be what Kells is going for, but I'm not entirely sure. I do definitely like this though. I'm about to smash that like. I should have smashed the like on the splicer as well. I'm gonna do that now. Ooh, and I like this little white space on the wrist. Oh, there's like a really faint energy aura around the hands. I just noticed that. I thought he gave me white bands. It's actually just like a white aura of energy around both hands. I dig that. And I definitely dig the dreads. I do think this was an interesting solution for the beard to like put the aura thing around it. But I do vibe with it. Kels, what are your thoughts on your artwork? Like, how do you feel about how like the splicer turned out and how Imagine turned out? Let's see. So let me flip the camera perspective and pull back open the live dashboard. Kel said, yeah, the natural white spaces are supposed to be the stars. That's what I kind of thought you were going for. Yeah, I definitely dig it. I do really enjoy what you've done with Imagine and with the splicer. I think that's pretty dope. I still, to this day, to this day, need to show Winslow the Winslow fan art. Um, I'd really like it if there was a post on the Amino where the post is just a bunch of like Winslow fan art and it was all collected in like one blog post. Then I could send that to Winslow directly, like the link, and then he could see it like all at once. I think that would be really dope if it was just all like collected in a single post. Because I do really want to share the Winslow fan art with Winslow. Let him see that you guys are showing him that love with that fan art, and hear his opinion. Maybe see if he even like leaves a comment directly on that post where he like talks about what he thinks of the fan art. I think that'd be really cool. But definitely, if we could have a post that was like all the Winslow fan art so far for him to like look over, I think that'd be really neat. I think he'd really appreciate that. Uh, that's good juice. I still probably shouldn't drink juice while lying down, though. I just feel like it's easier for it to go down the wrong pipe. Let's see. I always really enjoy when you guys do like fan art and fan fiction. I feel like now I must have enough images to do at least like a 10 picture slideshow of like fan art of me. Because we have like Jet as Alien X. We have Jet within like the Dragon Ball universe that like Kells drew. We have Jet if he looked like Superman, which is what Nani drew. Which like I don't know. I kind of wish he had braids or dreads or something. It doesn't like fully fit. Um, we have an image of me that Colin drew for a video game that he wants to make, like a fighting game. He's like, if you were to be in the fighting game, this is how you look. Excuse me. Um, and we have two pictures of me with the Dragon Ball thing. If we count Windjet, like the fusion of like me and Winslow, then there are now like at least like three different like Windjet pics. So we're almost, I think, to 10 different Jet fan arts. Once I get to like 10 Jet fan arts, I want to make like a really quick slideshow and post it on YouTube of like the different like fan art images that we've gotten so far. Most of them are from Kels. Shout out to Kels. Truly appreciate the support. But I am hype to eventually do a video like that. That's just like a slideshow of like all the different images. I do think Windjet counts as both Winslow and Jet fan art. Kel said, I really like what I did with the splicer. I feel like I did a good job with the strap. And IRL, I made the hinge ever so slightly yellow to give the appearance that is old. Oh, interesting. I'm looking back at that now. I'm trying to look like really close to see like the yellow. I don't currently see it, but I dig it. Like I dig the concept of that. I'm looking around to see if I see it. But I do vibe with that concept, like the idea that like the hinge looks old. Um, because it is supposed to be like a scrap together style Omnitrix. So I definitely do vibe with that. I think that's cool. Going in for another sip. Mm, mm. Okay, there we go. Now I've gotten a good amount of juice. So I feel like I've covered most of the stuff that I've done today because I really didn't do a lot today. I guess I didn't mention what I ate. I only eat one meal a day, so it's normally like a pretty big meal. I had two bowls of cereal, a small bag of like Cheetos, and an enchilada. I now will like tier list the food I ate today. I'll try and go from what I enjoyed most to what I enjoyed like the least. So I know, let's say I had four things, which means if everything gets its own tier, S, A, B, C. So the lowest thing would be like C tier. So I think what was probably S tier for me was maybe the Cheetos, to be honest. So I am not a fan of Cheetos. I personally prefer Doritos like any day of the week. Normally, when I like only have Cheetos to choose from, I'm like, ah, oh, Cheetos, like, oh man, like this, they're not like the best thing in the world. I legitimately enjoyed like a bag of like a small bag of like crunchy like cheesy Cheetos. I was like, fuck, like these are actually like pretty good. Normally, I wouldn't be that hyped for Cheetos. I don't know why, but that seemed like just an enjoyable like little snack. I mean, it's not a snack because like a part of like the big meal, but you know what I mean. Like the it was just good. It was just good. No complaints from me. The Cheetos were S tier. Now we're going a little bit lower in the meal tier list. We got A tier. In A tier, we have Simply Granola cereal. So Simply Granola cereal is like big ass granola chunks, nuts, and raisins. Now, Simply Granola cereal I think is interesting because you know how you may eat like Special K or some shit, and it has a bunch of flakes that are just kind of there. They don't really add to like the meal, but you have those little bits of granola in Special K that make you go like, "Damn, yo, ooh, that's special. Oh, this granola, ooh, like it really makes it like pop off." Imagine that, but it has none of the flakes in it, and it's like mainly the granola. Now you might think, oh, if it has none of the flakes, then it'll just be awesome if it's like mainly granola. Mm, mixed, mixed. The issue is it tries to take the best parts of like Special K cereal and go like that's all we got. Hit me up. And you'd think that if it's only the best parts that it would be like the best shit you've ever had. Excuse me. But that's just not true. It's similar to if you had Lucky Charms, only the marshmallows. It sounds good on paper. And then I think if you actually had it, you'd be like, I kind of liked how there was some blandness and you had like surprise really good bits. When it's like all really good, somehow it's not as good. So I really like the Simply Granola cereal. I just feel like when it spoils you on the granola, you're constantly getting the granola. It's just not as good. So that's why that's like A tier. That's A tier, not in the S tier. After that, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs are a solid classic part. Uh, no complaints there. Good chocolate peanut butter flavor. Simply Granola was like a new experience. I felt like it was pretty good. I do think it did trump the Reese's Puffs, and the Cheetos were surprisingly good, which is why I really fucked with the Cheetos. That's why they're in S tier. And then what was surprisingly bad, because Reese's Puffs were B tier. What was surprisingly bad, what lands in that C tier, is the enchilada. Ugh. So the enchilada was like one of those like freezer enchiladas, not individually wrapped, but instead there was a big package just full of enchiladas, and you open the package and you just pull an enchilada out. I liked that you could microwave it in a minute 15. That's pretty quick. I'm a big fan of microwave burritos myself, but I buy the really cheap kind that have the green chili flavor. The enchiladas didn't taste like anything. Like I ate them and I was like, there's no real flavor here. Like the cheap green chili burritos had like a really good like green chili flavor. Or like the bean and cheese burritos. You'd be like, this is like pretty cheesy. My mouth is watering, like thinking about those cheap burritos. The enchilada, however, thinking about that makes my tongue like the Sahara Desert because it just there's no real taste there. Um, and Dad was like, I don't know why you never buy Taco Bell sauce because Taco Bell sauce would go really good with all the microwave burritos you eat. So I was like, this enchilada tastes like actually nothing. And Dad happens to buy Taco Bell sauce. He bought a bottle of like mild Taco Bell sauce. I'm like, this isn't that good. Maybe Dad's right, and the Taco Bell sauce will make this like just be a whole other level. So I like opened the Taco Bell sauce. I put it on the plate. I tried to eat the enchilada with it. Wasn't a fan. Didn't really fuck with it. The Taco Bell sauce didn't really add much to it. It gave it something, but something wasn't enough. That burrito definitely belongs in C tier, and that was my meal tier list for today. So going back over it, Cheetos were S tier. Simply granola cereal was A tier. Then we had Reese's Puffs in B tier, and finally we had that dumbass enchilada in C tier. There we go. That was my meal tier list for the day. Kel said, "I'll compile the Winslow art now, so you can just send it to Winslow on Amino." Oh, ballin'! Thank you kindly, Kels. Truly appreciate it. I feel like Winslow will most definitely appreciate that as well. Let's see. Rocky Ford said, "Hi there." He's doing good today. That's great to hear. He said, "What have you been doing today?" Oh, mainly texting with Beth. Me and Beth had a few like concerns that we needed to like talk about, but we're really good about like talking things out and trying to like work through our problems. So it seems like things ended on like a really good note. It seems like our concerns that we had, we were able to like talk through and like get to a good place on. Hung out with Winslow today. Seems like Winslow's getting really into Hunter x Hunter, which is an anime that I really like. Um, and I'm glad that like Winslow's like getting into Hunter x Hunter. Sadly, we weren't able to play Winslow's game literally whatever. But at least we got to talk about the mechanics a little bit. I feel like he still has a lot that he needs to polish on that game. Um, but other than that, I think it's like really interesting that he's getting more into it, and I love talking with people about game design and how they're working on their games and everything. I just couldn't really play it with him because it was like a stream thing. So it was a thing where I like to stream whenever we play tabletop RPGs, but Beth and I were having a pretty serious discussion via text message, and I didn't want to like seem rude and insensitive to the discussion. Excuse me, by telling Beth like, hey, I'm about to like play an RPG game. I didn't want to come off the wrong way, but I feel like I ended up going off the wrong way on Aiden because of the fact that Aiden like went out of his way to pick me up, and then there was something he really wanted to do, and I was at his house, and I was like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it, because then he just seemed uninterested in everything else. I didn't really want to make him feel like I was wasting his time or that I was like ignoring him. Like I tried to like talk with him and stuff while I was doing the texting stuff, but he was just like, I'd just rather do like the literally whatever thing. So I did apologize to him for that, and he said that he understood. But that's definitely something I'm going to try to avoid in the future. But that's pretty much my day for the most part. Texting with Beth, hanging out with Aiden, and then reading some comic books. I'm actually maybe not going to read more comic books right after this stream. Probably read like some Savage Dragon because I really like Savage Dragon. Ryan said review this rap, but then oh, is it set to top chat? Oh shit, it's set to top chat. So then Ryan said review this rap, and he like posted the link. At first, I thought you said review the rap in reference to the Reese's Puffs rap. Then Kells said I might draw my own Omnitrix and draw me as a Saiyan using the Omnitrix. Oh, ballin'. Kells, I think that would be really cool. I would love to see that. And Ryan, give me one moment. I'll probably have to get some headphones if you want me to review that rap, because I'm not about to get copyright striked. Mm. So BRB. Hey guys, welcome back to D's Nuts R Us. It's your host, Geoffrey the Giraffe, and today we're going to be checking out a rap posted by Ryan. We're going to do a rap review. If this rap is longer than like a minute 30 seconds, I'm going to probably be like, no. It's a minute 17 seconds, and it's the Naked Mole rap from Kim Possible. Baby Rufus looks really ugly. Rufus probably shits in Ron's pocket. I feel like the Naked Mole rap does a good job of telling the story of how Ron got Rufus. Um, I don't feel like it necessarily has any like really solid bars or anything, or clever lines that made me go like, oh, oh. I never had a whatchamacallit moment while listening to it, a super hot fire moment or anything like that. Um, but I feel like it's good for what it is. It tells a story. I'm not really into musicals, and that felt more like a musical kind of thing, like a portion, like a song that exists solely to just tell a particular part of a story. I just never really get into stuff like that. So I'd say that was like okay. It like serves its narrative purpose for a greater story, but it's definitely not a banger. It's not something that I would like go out of my way to listen to. Um, that being said, I know I just literally said I don't like musicals. But as I was saying that, I was like, I really liked Class of 3000 as a kid. And I still sometimes think about like the Kim Cam Jam, which they were like two twins on the Class of 3000 show. And they would like play like piano and like violin or whatever. And the Kim Cam Jam is them like playing like a song together. And it's like not bad. And then Banana Zoo, that's a banger from Class of 3000. I listened to that again. Um, There's one about like peanut butter and jelly that has like little dude, not little dude, little D and like the Richie Rich equivalent character. They like do a song. I think it's called like Oh Peanut or whatever, but it's like a really good song. So I guess when it comes to like shows that have like song numbers in them or whatever, um, Class of 3000 would probably be at the top of my tier list. Phineas and Ferb had a few songs that I liked. I remember liking "Squirrels in My Pants" when I was like younger. And I remember liking I don't remember the name of the band, but there was a band on Phineas and Ferb, and the concept was that they were the band that Phineas and Ferb's parents uh, they listened to when they like met or whatever, or it was like the parents' favorite band. Maybe they were called Love Handle or something like that. But they had a song that I really liked. It's not the song that was like I Ain't Got Rhythm. That was specifically the drummer song. But the song that they performed, something about a ninja into your heart or whatever. It was that wasn't bad. Um you snuck your way right into my heart. It's something like that, but that was like a pretty good song. I liked the 80s music that they would play on regular show. That was like not bad. That was an introduction for me to like a few of those songs where I hadn't heard of them before. Um I really liked Everybody's Working for the Weekend or whatever. That like played on regular show and crap. there were more regular show songs I really liked. There was a regular show song that they did that was Mordecai and Rigby were like doing a band and they made up their own song. And I actually really liked the song that they made up, the like Mordecai song or whatever. That was not bad. Static Shock also had like really good like background music. Um, but if you ever try to listen to that music, it's now like really short loops. Like it's not like it's full songs or anything. Um, but I felt like it gave like a good like urban feel to the show. Batman Beyond has good like weird futuristic electronic rock shit, and that was also pretty dope. And then Ryan said, "Yeah, the band Love Handle." Oh yeah, yeah, from Phineas and Ferb. Kel said, "I finished the compilation." Ooh, I can like Facebook message that to your boy Winslow. Hey, thank you. I'm gonna smash that like button. And I'm going to send it to you boy Winslow on the Facebook. I have 39 notifications. What the fuck? Wait, what? Get the fuck out of here. So I checked Facebook and the first thing that came up was a comment, not a comment. Well, no, it is a comment, I guess. Maybe a post from my girlfriend. And the girlfriend's post says, please like. It says, please like everyone, please comment so this can happen. And it says, I'll throw a cup of cold water on my boyfriend if I get 50 comments. It currently has, wait, what? Hold on. How many comments are on this bitch? Oh, there's someone named Lauren Alexis Burrows who's just spamming it. Did she put 50 comments? I'm about to dodge this cold water like the plague, my nigga. Let's see. Serena said, do it. Do your own comments count? Then Beth said, lol, no. It's happening now. So, if Beth's comments don't count, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Are there more comments than that? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Ooh, wait, there are more comments. Damn it. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Does she count? 37, 38, 39. There's more comments. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. View more comments. Fuck me. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Whoa, why did she post this so many times? She didn't count shit. 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. And then Lauren said YW. And then Serena said, "Damn, she went for it. She did go for it. I'm gonna hit that like button." Ryan liked when Serena said she went for it. She did go for it. Rachel Renee put up like the fucking confetti shooter and like a star, and then Beth reacted with a laughing emoji. What the? Wow, why are there so many comments? There's so many comments. Well, I guess I gotta start dodging cold water. Damn. I guess I should post something on that. I'll write a comment. Ooh, okay, now I need to make sure I message Winslow that amino link. Okay, There we go. So I now sent that to him on Facebook. Let's see. Kel said, wait, where are we at? Kel said there was a lot more than I thought I made. Yeah, there's a lot of Winslow fan art on there. Ryan said, if you come through my house, we can build stuff with Lego. I've never been very good at building stuff with Lego. I really like Bionicle, and I really like Hero Factory or whatever. I think Hero Factory got discontinued, but Bionicle ended up coming back. They also now do like Lego figures sometimes. Like I know Ben 10 had a few like Lego figures, but that was the kind of stuff that I liked. I never was really into the block by block building. The Lego Worlds, my guy, that's that new hotness. I fucking love Lego Worlds. When are they gonna make Lego Worlds 2? They really do need to. Ryan said the time has come. Get drenched. Kel said Jet barricades himself and trains to unlock Ultra Instinct to dodge that cold water. Here's hoping. Ryan just commented 2 cups. Damn, I still have 41 notifications on this bitch. Whoa. How how much am I in? How much am I in? Ooh, and there's shit from earlier. How much did I miss? Wait, did I miss niggas' birthdays? What? No. How did I miss so much? The fuck? What? I missed like everything. I'm never on this. I'm never on fucking Facebook. I guess I'm gonna check my wall. See, oh, Winslow just reacted. He said super cool, lol. To like the fan art stuff. Ooh, ballin'. I'm glad you vibe. Let's see. Kel said, Jet, can we play Yu-Gi-Oh? Dueling Nexus, spelt like Texas. We only got like 7 minutes left in the stream. Okay, so Beth posted on my wall when you have a laggy connection. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, they got the fuck out of that. Oxodal. So I'm a big fan of oxodals. They're like my favorite animal. So I'm about to show you this clip that Beth posted on my Facebook. And it says when you have laggy connection. Fuck, speaking of laggy connection. There we go, now clear. Yeah, he just has delayed reaction to the food falling. Axolotls to me are cute as fuck. Uh, so I am gonna smash that like button. Technically, I like this because it is a reference to computers and to axolotls. I think I typed axolotls right. I did not. I'm glad that I googled that. Do 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 do. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So that's all I missed on my timeline. It gives you notifications for everything, like regardless of like whether or not you're in. Oh, I got mentioned in a comment and like tagged in post and shit, so I probably should. Oh, my friend Autumn's getting married. Fuck me, yeah. I mean, I did miss stuff. Um, but I'm gonna look at me getting tagged in a post. I'm curious about that. That's the shit I just looked at. The oxonal. Then Kel said, "Oh, never mind. Glad he likes the art." He said, "Jet, what would you do if you had your splicer in real life?" Ooh, that's a good ass question. If I had the splicer in real life, um, I think I would turn into jury rig, and I would try to make a whole bunch of splicers. Like the whole point of jury rig is that he can like take like some random components, like shit that you could find in your garage, and make like a device out of it. He's really good at putting random shit together and making them work to do like crazy shit. So since an Omnitrix is something that like Kevin 11 can jury rig together, just imagine if you turned into jury rig, whose whole thing is that he can do that really fast and efficiently. And you just made a whole bunch of Omnitrixes. I'd probably make multiple so I could have like a buy Omnitrix system, um, and then potentially make some for like friends, depending on like whether or not they want that or how they'd feel about that kind of thing. Let's see. Ryan said orcas are my favorite because they are the master race, too powerful. Well, you said that orcas like body slam like other whales or whatever. Kel said you can make more splicers and sell them on eBay. Yo, eBay sounds kind of trashy for splicers. They at least deserve to be on Etsy. Thank you. Let's see. Beth tagged me in another thing. Let's see. When you and Bay are meant to be spending quality time together, and you see him reach for his phone. Facebook memes are indeed Facebook memes. Kel said, knowing you would probably fight crime and stuff. As Accelerate, you could patrol communities very easily and keep people like safe and report crime hella efficiently. Actually, real quick before I show this Facebook meme, if I had a splicer, I could become Accelerate, and I could probably protect the whole fucking city. Not gonna lie, like if I had a thing where I didn't time out, like if I had like master control over the splicer, and since I made it, like since I know the schematics, I probably could give myself like master control. I would understand how it worked. I could turn into Accelerate, and I could probably on a regular basis patrol the city, rescue people, report crimes to the police, and things of that nature, just like pretty much whenever I wanted. And Accelerate has been shown, at least in the original series, to be able to run so fast that it seems like time is paused. Like if I could do shit like that, I would be hella efficient. Seems like time is paused. Like if I could do shit like that, I would be hella efficient. I'd like study at like incredibly fast speeds, at like super speed. If you exercise as Accelerate, do you get the workout benefits as a normal person? There are only certain things that I guess I could do as Accelerate and still get the benefits, because I don't know if exercising as an alien actually carries over to your normal person. But not only would I fight crime, Kells, I'd probably do everything else that I wanted to do as Accelerate, just because Accelerate just lets me maximize like my ability to do shit. Fast Track is another speedster alien, but we have no idea how Fast Track actually is compared to Accelerate. At least I'm not sure if we have any official wording on that. Jet Ray is Ben's fastest alien. Um, Amphibian is one of my favorite Ben 10 aliens. I just think he has a really good toolkit. Um, so I'd probably turn into Amphibian a lot. There's just a lot you can do with him. He has telepathy, he has intangibility, he can manipulate electricity, he can turn into electricity, he can travel through like power lines and phone lines and shit. To electricity, he can travel through like power lines and phone lines and shit. Um, Upgrade would be really good for my job. I'm curious if you could turn into Upgrade and connect to like a computer and then will into existence programs. Like I wonder if instead of me like cuz my job is like a software engineer. I like make software. I'm curious if I could turn to Upgrade, like shadow my computer and then just be like this is what I want the program to do, and it just kind of code it directly into the system, or if by being Upgrade I could just be better at like coding stuff. Gray matter also would be really good for my job because it's just a thing where it's like I'm just already smart. I just already know like what I need the program to do, so I just gotta type it out. It just would be cumbersome to type because you're so need the program to do, so I just gotta type it out. It just would be cumbersome to type because you're so small, and the keyboard's so big. Um, who else would be really good for my job? If I can read stuff really quickly and study the material, Accelerate would probably be good. If I like ran to Barnes and Nobles, Accelerate would probably be good if I like ran to Barnes and Nobles And then I was like, just reading through like how-to books and shit. I could pick up like a whole bunch of new skills if I could actually like retain the knowledge. Um, Being able to make and sell splicers probably would be enough for me to just make a living. Like, I may not have to even do other things to make money. Fuck, becoming Diamond Head and just making little, like, becoming Diamond Head and just making little, like, rocks out of my own body, I could probably just sell those just for cash. I could go to, like, a cash for gold style place and be like, I have all these, like, diamonds or whatever. And be like, I have all these, like, diamonds or whatever. And then they'd be like, these are unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I'd be like, yeah, goot 'em. You know, I could probably do shit like that. Then Ryan said 4 Omnitrix is on 4 arms. Oh my gosh. You turn into 4 arms and then you put on 3 other splicers you made with like jury rig. Get wrecked. You got the fucking. It wouldn't be the bi Omnitrix system anymore. You got the fucking. It wouldn't be the bi Omnitrix system anymore. Like the Quatromnitrix system on a Tetramand. Then Kel said, I think exercise transfers. Then Kel said the stream is skipping. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Then Nani said, it's lit with Nick. He said, I'm late. No, you are late indeed. Then Ryan said, hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Ryan. But there's a lot that I'd do if I had an Omnitrix. I do think Jury Rig is probably like one of the best aliens for that. Kel said if you sold splicers, you would just high key make supervillains, and the government's gonna ruin your career. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Um, if I could straight up make splicers, right? Um, if I could straight up make splicers, right? I could potentially sell them to the government. I would need to patent splicers. I think that's my issue. I couldn't just make them. I'd have to be like, so I know how to make it. I have like the blueprints in my head, and I need to like, as accelerate, learn like everything I need to know about like what I need to do to like patent stuff. And then I need to patent being able to make like an alien transformation device. And then I need to look over the schematics written out. I could write out the schematics really quickly as accelerate, so I could be like and like get them down like on paper and shit. Accelerate, so I could be like and like get them down like on paper and shit. And then I could look at the schematics as gray matter, and I could think about them more. And I could be like, like I could probably improve this, and I could improve that, and I could like do this, and then I could write out my notes that I had as like gray, and then I could write out my notes that I had as like gray matter, or like record myself talking about my notes like on my phone, and then listen to those notes again, and then like write them out or whatever, and then I could maybe use jury rig looking at the notes to try and quickly make like improvements to the Omnitrix and shit. There's a lot you could really do with it. There really is. I actually really like this. Like thinking do with it. There really is. I actually really like this. Like thinking through it and like what I would versus not would do with it. It's weird to say that, but yeah. Kel said if you sold Splice. Oh, he already said that. And then Nani said Alien X versus Nick, who would win? Oh, Kel's actually drew me as Alien X. It's on the Amino. You should check it out. It's really cool. Um, Also, Alien X would body me unless I had a splicer, to which then I think I might be able to goot. It really depends. It really depends on what I have. Nani said Ryan would maybe win Alien X because he has the Kirby powers. Why do you feel like Ryan has Kirby powers? And why do you think Kirby powers will let him beat Alien X? Oh, Beth tagged me. Oh, Beth tagged me in a Facebook post. So I'm going to share the Facebook post. don't know if this is something that needs volume or not. So I'm just gonna volume up. Nani said the stream is rewinding itself. And then Nani said, is Dio up? Nani said the stream is rewinding itself. And then Nani said, is Dio with you? I don't know how that is possible. The dog knows. Knows to tell the owner. The dog knows. Knows to tell the owner to fuck off. Yeah, Beth like tagged me in it. But I don't get on my phone when I'm with Beth. I'm all about quality time. Yeah, let's see. So what is the next post? Kel said Jet would just turn into Alien X. What? Turn into Alien X is such a basic ass move. There's so much you can do with an Omnitrix. Right now, Jury Rig is what's really on my mind. I'm hyped for that. Then Nani said it is Diori. Then Nani said, where's Beth? Beth normally goes to bed at like midnight. Then Kel said, Beth normally goes to bed at like midnight. Then Kel said, yeah, Jet, you gotta fix the stream. It's stuck in in between time and space. Nani said we need streams with Beth and Winslow. Beth and Winslow seem to be getting along pretty well, which I really like. Um, because Beth and Winslow have been working together when it comes to like physics stuff. Aiden is like really into physics, and Beth is currently taking physics too. So Aiden actually like helps her like study the material, and she's been doing pretty well, like getting caught up on the material and understanding concepts and getting through the homework and everything. So I'm actually really happy that they're getting along really well, and that Aiden's been really able to help out Beth with like studying and everything like that. And whenever we have group hangouts, that's like me and Beth and Aiden, or me, Beth, and Hannah and Aiden, it seems like things have been going really well. So I'm glad that like we're all like getting along. Ryan said Beth is destroying the time stream, and then Kel said Beth is hyper fourth dimensional being. Mm. Beth wants to do a Meet Beth stream, which would be like a question and answer stream. And it would be like me and Beth this weekend, like this Saturday, and like the Charger Union. So I think that would be interesting. If we remember to do that stream, I think it would be fun. I don't know at what time that stream would be. Probably sometime before 7 p.m. because the Charger Union closes at 7 p.m. But yeah, that is a thing. Let's see. What else am I thinking about? So there's the Beth stream. Oh, Beth also wants to do like stream stuff at cons. She wants to do streams at like different cons that we go to where she's in cosplay, and she'll randomly pop in to interrupt the stream and be like, "Hey, like look at me. Like don't pay attention to what's going on in the stream." So she's going to do that as like a joke thing. Um I don't know how you guys would feel about that. But that's like one of the things that she wants to do. So I think that'll be interesting depending on how you guys react. Then Ryan said, "Meet Beth." And then Ryan said, "You're thinking about Lego." Lego Worlds. Lego Worlds. I love Lego Worlds. Okay, for this one, Beth didn't actually um, tag me in a post as much as she like tagged me in a comment. She said, "Dogs greater than dudes, except Nickabenson. He's the exception." Thank you kindly. I appreciate the compliment. Do 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 do. The post that she commented on, by the way, is a post that says there are plenty of fish in the sea, and it says me, and it's just a girl shooting at the fucking water, just with like a AK-47, going ham. Nani said you were expecting a Japanese lesson, but it was me. Duolingo. But yeah, now I have caught myself up with the Facebook. Did Winslow post any new messages? Is what I'm currently checking. Nope. But he saw my message that I sent at like 1:16 a.m. Then Nani said, "What is a Facebook?" I guess like a book that's full of faces. Sounds kind of creepy. Well, I mean, yearbooks are pretty much Facebooks. And then Nani said, "Is it the thing that old people use?" Facebook, excuse me, makes a hell of a lot of money for what it is. I think a lot more people are active on Facebook than people might think. Kel said, if Jet to choose between a Lego Worlds 2 and Beth, he would never be able to choose. If I had to choose between my significant other and a really like hype ass video game that I like really wanted, I would choose my significant other. Um, they don't have to make a Lego Worlds 2, but I would love a spiritual successor to Lego World. I think I'll still get my game eventually. You know what I mean? I played Jet Grind Radio as a kid. Then when I got older, I played Jet Set Radio Future. They didn't ever make like a Jet Set Radio Future 2 or like a Jet Grind Radio 2 or anything like that. But then we got Hover. We still got the spiritual successor game later. So sometimes sequels don't come the way that you would hope. So I would pick Beth, and then I'd hope for that spiritual successor. It may not be called Lego Worlds 2. It might be called Block Builder Universe or whatever. But if it's pretty much what I wanted out of Lego Worlds 2, then I'd be happy with the new hotness. Nani said, "Is the game actually coming out?" He said, "What if they made a Lego sex game, 18 plus? I wouldn't really be that interested." What would they call it? Like bumping blocks? Ryan said, "Get Lego World 2 and make a Lego Beth." I don't think that would be the same at all. Damn, is there any word on a Lego Worlds 2? I would lose my shit. Or even just new DLC for the current Lego Worlds game. Crazy nigga. There was a guy who did a video. His name is Designer slash Gamer, and the title of the video is Lego Worlds 2 game officially announced. The release date of that video was April 1st, 2019. What a nigga. He was ready. Oh gosh. I want more Lego Worlds. Can we get DLC, please? Either hit me up with like new DLC or hit me up with fucking a sequel, please, or a spiritual successor. There's so much you guys could do with fucking Lego Worlds. Then Kel said, "You choose a human being over a video game?" Then Ryan said, "Jet, did you see that new Wonder Woman 84 poster?" I did. Let's talk about it. I'm down to talk about that. So there's a new Wonder Woman 84 movie poster. And it's of Wonder Woman and like this weird like gold armor. Excuse me, over like a striped colorful background. Warner Brothers, don't copyright strike me. Don't copyright strike me for this fucking movie poster. It's pretty much just free publicity. Okay, so here's like this weird golden Wonder Woman armor on top of this very colorful like W background. My apologies that the quality of this is quite ass. I got like a shaky hand and the shit's not focusing. But here's like the gold armor for Wonder Woman 1984. How do I feel about it? I think it looks interesting if it's like in like a couple scenes. I don't know how I feel about a whole movie. I think the costume looks better because it has all that colorful stuff reflecting off of the gold. I don't know what it looks like if she's just like in a city street. Because I think the gold really pops off of all these colors in the background. I don't think it pops off as much when it's not reflecting off of the colorful background. That's just my opinion. What are you guys' thoughts? I can actually post a link to that picture in the live chat. That's probably better than what I just tried to do. Uh, Wonder Woman 84 pick. But but yeah, here's like a image of that picture that I just tried to show you. It'll look a lot better on your computers. I just realized I could have hit the zoom button and it just looks better. It looks 100% better. Here's that with the zoom button. Yeah, oh my goodness, that's significantly higher quality than what I was doing before. Again, I think the gold suit is interesting. Do I like it better than her other suit? Not necessarily. Like, if it doesn't do anything in particular, if it just looks different, then I kind of like the patriotic colors that the Wonder Woman suit normally has because it represents her more or less being like an ambassador and her trying to embrace like our culture. You know what I mean? The gold suit I think is more Amazon warrior, which is fine. But I think it loses a lot of the symbolism that is held within like the normal suit. You know what I mean? With the normal color scheme. This looks more like a battle armor. Maybe she's getting ready for a fight, which I'm totally fine with. Like I said, I think it's more of a this is a big battle. I'm going to be wearing this suit for like a brawl, not like a this is just my suit from now on. Because we already know that's not the case because Wonder Woman 1984 takes place in 1984. So it's already, we already know what her modern day suit looks like. So this is clearly just you know, thing that she wore back in the day. I think she'll maybe wear it for like a big fight in the movie, but I don't think it's going to be her main suit throughout the movie. What are you guys' thoughts? Kel said, to me, the costume doesn't have any personality. It's just gold. And that's understandable. To me, it looks a lot more like just a battle armor. It doesn't really look like a superhero suit. It's very minimalist. I don't really know how I feel about that. Maybe it's supposed to be somewhat topical. Like maybe it's supposed to be based on like the times. Like in 1984, it's supposed to reflect more of that style, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll look cool in a fight. I don't necessarily think I'd want that for like the whole movie or anything like that. But that's just my opinion on it. Also, Ryan, good job. That was just cool news. I feel like that was worth talking about. That was something that I had like seen, but I just wasn't thinking about it. It's like a bit of news. Let me look up DC Comics and hit the news button. Let's see. Warner Brothers and DC Comics will be attending San Diego Comic Con. That's expected. I would be surprised if Warner Brothers and DC Comics didn't attend Comic Con. That'd be really weird. There are rumors that DC might be shutting down Vertigo Comics. I'm not sure if there's any truth behind those rumors. Let's see. DC Comics set to stop double shipping comic books next year. I don't really know what the consequences of that are. Um, there's news on the new Leviathan event that Brian Michael Bendis is trying to do. I'm not really thinking about that. Um, yeah, those are like some of the big DC headlines right now. Kel said, dude, if I do all of the cocaine, I might draw me as a Super Saiyan using the Omnitrix fighting against your Armoron, fused with feedback using the Bi-Splicer. Ooh, that sounds cool as fuck, Kels. Uh, I don't recommend doing all the cocaine, but I think that fan art of me and you fighting would be dope as fuck. I really like when you describe feedback combined with Armoron, it makes me think about Predator, like Predator from Alien versus Predator. It gives me that kind of vibe. Because when I think of like the Blue Beetle style like armor, but I also think of like the feedback dreads, it just makes me also think about Predator from Alien versus Predator. I'm getting like really cool vibes on that. And I just think that's like a really cool design. And then Kel said, fine, I'll only do a little cocaine. And then Kevin said, hey, Jet in chat. Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I haven't seen Sam White today. I hope he's doing okay. Excuse me. Kevin said, "How was your day?" Oh, fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. Me and Beth talked about like some pretty serious topics. We had like a pretty long discussion throughout the day via text messages. Me and Aiden hung out. It seems like Aiden might be getting into Hunter x Hunter. I apologize to Aiden because I felt like I wasn't able to really focus on spending time with him while I was at his house, and he like went out of his way to pick me up because I was so focused in like what was going on with like the Beth conversation like via text. And I've been reading comic books because today is Wednesday, or I guess yesterday technically was Wednesday. So all the new comic books came out, so I've been like reading comics, and I think I'm almost done with the book that I've been writing about the guy who like wants to become a dragon, the wizard who wants to live a normal life, and the bandit who killed the dragon guy's family. So I think that's like a pretty interesting thing. Um, and yeah, that's what I've been doing for the most part today. That's what I've been up to. What have you been up to, Kevin? I hope you've been doing well. Kel said, "What would you call a fusion between Armoron and Feedback?" Let's see. A fusion between Armoron and Feedback. Hmm. Maybe just like. Hmm. Hmm. Conduit. I'd probably call a fusion between Armoron and Feedback Conduit. Because it would be a thing where my armor would be able to, using Feedback's powers, absorb the energy of like my opponent's like attacks and shit, and then be able to use that energy to power the armor. Because normally what feedback does is he absorbs like his opponent's energy and then he shoots it back at them. But because the armor transformation is like a armor, I could probably absorb that energy and instead of shooting it back as an energy blast, just use it to power my armor to make my armor like even stronger. And let's see, conduit. Conduit is a channel for conveying water or other fluid. Wait, can you not have a conduit for energy? A tube or trough for protecting electric wiring. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe conduit isn't as close to what I thought. A person or organization that acts as a channel for the transmission of something. I mean, conduit seems like it's more for water. It's not as much for energy. Is there like a such a thing as like an energy conduit? Energy conduit. Uh, uh, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's like redstone energy conduit, and I'm like, is that a fucking like Minecraft reference? And then it looks like there's a World of Warcraft thing, the energy conduit spell. I Conduit sounds like a cool name, but it just seems like it's not normally used for energy except in fiction. So I don't know. Let's see. Kevin said, "Is Hunter x Hunter any good of like an anime?" I really like Hunter x Hunter. I've only really seen from the Rescue and Killua arc all the way to the end of the anime, and then gone into the manga a little bit. So a lot of the beginning I haven't seen. Aiden right now is watching the beginning, and I've been like watching some of the beginning with him, and it's like my first time seeing a lot of the stuff in the beginning, and I'm like really digging it. Aiden right now is like he doesn't seem to really like Killua. I don't know why. Killua is like one of my favorite characters. Hopefully he'll grow on him, because I really vibe with Killua. Let's see. Kel said it's an amazing anime. Kevin then said, "Do you think we're close to tech that humans can use like robot body parts, like the dude from Teen Titans? So like Cyborg." I don't think we're on the level of Cyborg from Teen Titans. Because Cyborg, at least in the comics, is like, I'm constantly evolving and adapting, and my tech just keeps getting better. Cyborg in the comics is at the point where, like, if he dies, his cybernetics can bring him back to life, and he's better than he was before he died. Excuse me. So Cyborg's just really good. I just don't think we're on his level yet. Cyborg is some pretty advanced tech. Then Kel said, "Yeah, Kevin, totally." I mean, I don't know about that. Like, we have good parts, like, we have good, like, prosthetics for people. I'm not saying that prosthetic technology isn't really good. It's just not cyborg good. I don't think we've made anything yet where it's like, if you put this on and you die, you just come back and you're better. You're just, like that's just a little too good. And we don't have anything that's like, you put this on, it just constantly gets better. It just keeps improving, and you'll just always be better. You know what I mean? But hopefully we can get to a point where we have like some pretty like solid technological advancement when it comes to prosthetics. I know that my brother Amatis, he's shown an interest in wanting to like engineer prosthetics for people and to like make like robotic arms and stuff like that. So there are definitely people who have been inspired by stuff like Cyborg who want to make a difference and who want to like create and provide prosthetics for people. You've actually inspired me to check in on the MIT Media Lab. There's always something crazy coming out of there. So I really want to see if there's any new, really awesome shit. So right now I'm scrolling through. Let's see. What? What the fuck? Okay, let's check this out. That's always a good sign. So right now I'm on the MIT Media Lab page, and I'm reading about Bricolier. I don't really know how I'm supposed to say that. Bricolier? Maybe? Bricolier allows makers of all ages to explore the creative possibilities of video and audio as programmable media on mobile devices. Using hand drawn gestures and a Scratchblocks based interface, makers can quickly create complex interactive stories, animations, and artwork by capturing and programming images and sounds from the world around them. Interesting. And there's like a demo video. Huh. Let's see. Kel said, so the fusion's name is Conduit? Yeah. And then Kevin said 3D painting technology is pretty interesting as well. Well, that's understandable. Um, 3D painting technology. Now, when you say 3D painting technology, do you mean like 3D printing technology, or do you mean like how there's a new paint program that lets you paint in 3D, or like drawing programs that let you draw in 3D? And then he said, I meant printing. My bad. Oh, no problem, dude. Yeah, 3D printing is really cool. I'm surprised at how common 3D printers are becoming. You know what I mean? Like Station Retro, the nerd shop that's like down the street, they like have a 3D printer and they like 3D print stuff there. I remember when I was a kid and 3D printers were like really expensive and the concept of like having one in the home seemed possible, but it seemed kind of far off. But now it just seems like people just have them. Kel said, "What would an Ultimate Saiyan be in your opinion?" I think it would be just be like Super Saiyan 4. I think the Ultimate Saiyan would probably be maybe like the Ultimate Saiyan. It seems like Broly has the strongest Saiyan transformation right now. So maybe Broly, like what Broly has currently, or whatever's beyond Broly, because they're clearly gonna have forms in the future. That's my only problem with that question. Is that like the strongest Saiyan I think we've ever seen is Broly in the Dragon Ball Super movie, but beyond that, maybe the Ultimate Saiyan would be a fusion of a whole bunch of Saiyans, or a fusion of like the two most powerful Saiyans. So the Ultimate Saiyan is probably closer to like Gogeta or something like that, because Gogeta is really fucking strong too. Um, and Ultimate Gohan is really good too, like Mystic Gohan. Um,
in the manga at least, he's on par with like fused Kale and Caulifla, which is insane. So it's interesting. Kel said, I guess a better question would be, will it be the evolution of a Saiyan? Well, we already have Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue evolution. That's just straight up the name of a form that Vegeta has. So probably that. It's straight up an evolved form of like a godlike Saiyan form. So I think it would be something like this. Also, I don't know why they went with Benton Ultimate Alien instead of like Benton Evolution. Maybe they didn't want like parents who are really sensitive about the topic of evolution to tell their kids not to watch Benton. But that's what the ultimate forms seemed like to me. It seemed like they were like supposed to be evolved forms. Let's see. Kevin said, "What if the best Super Saiyan isn't a Saiyan at all? Mind is blown." Actually, I think I may have like a pretty good idea. Um, so what's been mentioned before is Akira Toriyama has come out and said that like Saiyans are more powerful when they are pure of heart and when they have Super Saiyan cells. And the more Super Saiyan cells you have, the easier it is for you to become a Super Saiyan, like the more powerful type of Super Saiyan you'd be. It's similar to like midichlorians from Star Wars. So I guess an evolved Saiyan, like if you want to talk about like what the next level of Saiyan would be, instead of having a Saiyan that has like a few Super Saiyan cells, you have a Saiyan whose entire body is composed of Super Saiyan cells. So maybe Goku and Vegeta both have like a generous amount of Super Saiyan cells in their body, but they're not entirely made of Super Saiyan cells. I think the ultimate Saiyan would be a being who is made entirely, like exclusively out of Super Saiyan cells. So every fiber of their being is a Super Saiyan. And I guess they wouldn't have a base form. They would just always be Super Saiyan. Like instead of activating those Super Saiyan cells, they're like I'm always Super Saiyan. And it's easier for them to like go beyond and like to push themselves because their bare minimum is being a Super Saiyan. So I think that would probably be the ultimate Saiyan form. Then Kevin said Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is just Super Saiyan Grade 2, but with God Key. Rather, it's Super Saiyan God who's gone Super Saiyan Grade 2. I, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I disagree. I think Super Saiyan Blue in its own right is Super Saiyan God while going Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan Blue evolution could be that. Like it could be going Super Saiyan 2, but I think it has more to do with embracing your Saiyan pride than it has to do with going Super Saiyan 2. The way that Vegeta kind of goes into Super Saiyan Blue Evolved is Topo talks about how he sacrificed like a part of himself to like go fully into like god of destruction mode and start manipulating like Hakai energy. And then Vegeta talks about like his pride as a Saiyan, and excuse me, that seems to trigger his like evolved form. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's like because I understand where you're coming from, right? I feel like honestly they could have called Super Saiyan Blue Evolved just Super Saiyan Blue 2 and I would have been like happy with it. But I think if it's that easy, if it's literally just you go like Super Saiyan God and then you stack on top of it like Super Saiyan 2, then Goku should already be able to do that. Like why is it that they haven't done that then? Like why can't Goku just do it if it's like that easy? And then Kel said design wise, an Ultimate Saiyan would be like a golden Super Saiyan 4. And Kel said that's what it is though. And he says that's what it is thematically, but as to what it actually is Super Saiyan Blue Grade 2. We will see. We will see. Because I feel like it'll eventually get like a real explanation. Hopefully, some forms just don't. Like how Super Saiyan Ikari doesn't have like a real explanation, which is kind of gross. Um, I'm still looking at the MIT Media Lab to see if I can find some cool stuff that's coming out. Hmm. They have a shape changing tool called Perform, which I think is interesting. They have multiple things about AI research. Deep Angel, the AI behind the aesthetics of absence, opening wider genomic access with a flexible CRISPR enzyme, MedRec, Rhythm, 50 Nifty, hmm. Engineering microbial ecosystems. Beth would probably fuck with that. BlackRock. Programmable synthetic hallucinations. Just look at that. Smashing that button real quick. We are creating consumer grade appliances and authoring methodologies that will allow hallucinatory phenomena to be programmed and utilized for information display and narrative storytelling. Whoa, what the fuck? Yo, programmable synthetic hallucinations. The utilization of the biophysiological mechanics of hallucination generated in the human brain to display virtual information directly in the visual field. Look at this fucking. Look at this dude. Look at this anime head ass looking head for programmable synthetic hallucinations. Imagine sitting in this chair and some I've programmed an experience that you're just gonna have, just like in your mind. That's really fucking dope. I'm gonna share that link. But yeah, it's like an MIT product. Well, project. Programmable hallucinations. I should put in front of that MIT. MIT. Programmable hallucinations. That's pretty dope. I like that as a concept. Let's see. Let's see. Kel said that looks so cool. Yo, dude, this is how you get people into science. You gotta show them cool science shit. Let's see. Kel said each day we're a bit closer to Sword Art Online. Ooh, I mean, I guess you're not wrong. That's straight up just programmable hallucinations. You just experience it in your mind directly. Kevin said, "Did Gohan knock up his girlfriend yet?" Yeah, Gohan has a wife and a child, like a born child. He said it would be interesting to see how strong or not strong his son or daughter will become. He has a daughter. Her name is Pam. Uh, she is like a baby currently in Dragon Ball Super. I hope he has a daughter who can be a Saiyan as well. A nice twist. Pam is a Saiyan. She hasn't gone Super Saiyan yet, but she can like fly and shit like that already as like a baby. That just is a thing. Let's see. Time folded optics. Rethinking photography optics in the time dimension. What if we could design optics in time instead of space? That seems like something that Aiden would really fuck with. Seasons Change Together is a collaborative song construction experience, fabric, keyboard, multimodal, textile, sensate media as an expressive, deformable music interface, and intelligent textiles. Water-based additive manufacturing, wearable biotech enhancement. Wearable biotech enhancement. Hey, that sounds cool as fuck. Then Kel said Pan is a pretty stunk baby. I think I called her Pam earlier. My bad. Pan. Let's see. Bio wearables improve our hormones, genomes, microbiomes, and more through wearable technology. Okay, about here we go. Biotech wearables. You were talking about like cyborg stuff earlier. This is the concept of wearables that are less like technology and more like biotech. So it's stuff that messes with like your genetics or your hormones and things of that nature, but like a wearable biotech device. Well, it is currently 1:55 a.m. So it's about to be 2 a.m. I'm probably going to end the stream for now, but I'd like to thank you all for watching and tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One and Only, logging out. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Peace.